Welcome back, friends, to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, coming at you with some more of your favorite content, creepypastas. I want to know what scares you the most, though, about these modern day ghost stories. And while you place your fears in the comments down below, allow me to remind those of you who are new here to tap that subscribe button. That way you never miss out on all of the latest gaming trends. Now let's get into today's solo story of the scariest Yoshi creepypastas, titled Thank You for Playing. The following creepypasta is based on a story written by an unknown author on the Some Ordinary Gamers fandom page. It begins with our protagonist sitting on his aunt's couch having some breakfast while watching TV when his aunt asked if he wanted to play her old N64 while she ran out to get some errands. One game in particular caught his attention. It was Super Mario 64. Ah, my favorite. The memories are coming back now. However, instead of the usual Super Mario 64 splash screen, it just went right to that floating head of Mario. The background said game over and Mario was staring right at the protagonist. The music seemed to be at a lower pitch and slowed down, almost like the Bowser in the Sky battle theme. It creeped him out so much that he just hit start. He was presented with a save select screen and chose to start a new game. The game commenced, except Peach wasn't there to read you the message that she usually did. It was only the on-screen text. The camera flew around the castle, but the sky looked like the lethal lava land sky for whatever reason. And Lakitu, that little yellow turtle who flies around by controlling the camera, well, he didn't even have a head, so things were off to a terrifying start indeed. When the game started, the protagonist was baffled to not see Mario pop out, but Bowser. He had complete control over him too, and he could move around and even breathe fire. Knowing that the game must have been hacked, he didn't mind because using Bowser, well, that's pretty cool. He entered through the castle doors and found 3 Koopa Troopas and 2 Goombas wandering around. He watched as they entered and exited rooms throughout the castle. Suddenly, he heard a faint cry for help that sounded like Peach. It's as if the game was showing him the moments that took place after Bowser had just kidnapped the princess. The gamer explored the rooms to find just where Peach was being held captive, and to his shock, he discovered much more than he intended. There were dead toads all over, some missing limbs or heads. The walls were covered in blood. There were messages written in the blood that said things like, "Help me," "Make it stop," and some that just said no. Anytime he tried to enter a world through a painting, he would just be shot back out and a text box would appear that read, "No time." He continued following the cries of Princess Peach and it led him to where the teleport to Bowser in the Sky was. There was Peach with her back to him. Suddenly, without warning, he lost control of Bowser. The screen flashed to black quickly as Bowser let out his signature roar. He could faintly hear the sound Yoshi makes when he eats, then angry stomping noises, and then almost like a flesh tearing sound. And then just like that, it was over. The game just faded back to normal. Well, so he thought. For a moment he breathed a sigh of release, but just for a moment, because the next message sent chills down his spine. A message appeared on the screen that said, "Hello Marcus, welcome to hell. Enjoy your stay." How was that possible? How did the game know his name? He ran into the castle and all of the doors were boarded up except for the one to Bowser in the Dark World. When he got to the Peach painting, an X drawn in blood ran through the painting. Knowing that if he wanted to find out what was happening in this game, his only option was to jump through the vandalized Peach painting. It placed him in the tower of the wing cap, but the central tower was missing. And Mario didn't have any wings, so he just continued to fall to the bottom again and again. The endless stairs music began playing faster and faster as Mario fell. His cries for help got louder and louder. Finally it stopped. Mario was then teleported into the clock room and Bowser was facing him. He tried to escape but was consistently met with the message saying, "No escape." The clock became solid and there were invisible walls blocking all of the exits. He had to fight Bowser. In as grotesque fashion as possible, Bowser then spit out the head of Yoshi. The protagonist's jaw dropped as the head bounced on the ground in front of him. Bowser then oddly said, "Mario, why didn't you help me?" Followed by 2 scrambled forms of text that eventually warped him to the final Bowser battle. Except it wasn't Bowser, it was Yoshi facing him now. Yoshi yelled, "Traitor, you abandoned me, now you will pay." Yoshi then began spitting fireballs 3 at a time in his direction. Eventually he was defeated by Yoshi. Yoshi then approached Mario's dead body and started eating him. The screen flashed and then reverted back to the floating head game over screen of Mario. Except his head seemed to be melting. He pressed start to try this again, but screamed at the sight of Mario hanging from a tree as the words "Thank you for playing" slowly faded into the screen. And that has been the scariest Yoshi creepypasta titled Thank You for Playing. And thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, show us some love by hitting that like and subscribe button. Plus, we want to hear from you, so leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this story. Also, for more videos like this one, just click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Gaming, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.